So, let's talk about crime in Chicago. I know, it's a heavy topic, but it's one that's been on a lot of people's minds lately. Chicago, the Windy City, known for its stunning skyline, deep dish pizza, and rich history, has also gained a reputation for being one of the most dangerous cities in America. But why? Why is crime so bad in Chicago? Let's dig into this together. First off, it's important to understand that crime isn't just a statistic. It's a real issue that affects real people. Families, communities, and lives are impacted every single day. When we talk about crime, we're talking about a cycle, a complex web of factors that contribute to the challenges faced by many neighborhoods. It's not as simple as saying, "Oh, Chicago has a crime problem." There are layers to this, and peeling them back reveals a lot about the city and its people. One of the major factors contributing to crime in Chicago is poverty. It's no secret that many neighborhoods in the city are economically disadvantaged. When people struggle to make ends meet, when they feel trapped in a system that doesn't provide opportunities, desperation can set in. This leads some individuals to make choices they might not otherwise consider. It's heartbreaking, really. You have families trying to survive, and in some cases, crime becomes a means of survival. It's not an excuse, but it's a reality that needs to be acknowledged. Then there's the issue of education. Education is supposed to be the great equalizer, right? But in many parts of Chicago, schools are underfunded and overcrowded. Students face challenges that go beyond the classroom. They deal with violence in their neighborhoods, lack of resources, and sometimes a feeling of hopelessness about their futures. When kids don't see a way out, when they don't believe in the possibility of a better life, it can lead to a cycle of crime that's hard to break. Investing in education is crucial, yet it feels like a constant uphill battle. Let's not forget about the impact of gangs. Chicago has a long history with gang violence, and it's a significant part of the crime landscape. Gangs often fill the void left by a lack of resources and opportunities. For some young people, joining a gang can seem like the only way to find a sense of belonging, protection, or even financial stability. It's a tragic choice, but for many, it feels like the only choice. The violence that comes with gang activity not only affects those involved, but spills over into the wider community, creating an atmosphere of fear and instability. Another factor that can't be ignored is the accessibility of firearms. The debate around gun control is a hot topic across the nation, but in Chicago, it's particularly pressing. The city has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, yet illegal firearms flood the streets. This paradox creates a dangerous environment where conflicts escalate quickly and can turn deadly. When guns are easily accessible, it raises the stakes of any altercation, leading to higher rates of violence and crime. And let's talk about the justice system. The relationship between law enforcement and the communities they serve is complex and often fraught with tension. Issues of trust, accountability, and systemic racism can lead to a breakdown in communication. When communities feel alienated from the police, it can create an environment where crime goes unchecked. People might be less likely to report crimes or cooperate with investigations, which only exacerbates the problem. Building trust takes time, but it's essential for creating a safer environment for everyone. Now, I know these issues can feel overwhelming and it's easy to fall into a cycle of despair, but here's the thing. There are people and organizations working tirelessly to change the narrative. Community leaders, activists, and everyday citizens are stepping up to address these challenges head-on. They're advocating for better education, more resources, and real investment in neighborhoods that have been neglected for far too long. They're working to provide young people with alternatives to gangs, showing them that there are other paths they can take. There's also a growing movement focused on restorative justice, which aims to heal rather than punish. This approach seeks to address the root causes of crime and bring communities together to find solutions. It's about understanding the why behind the actions and working towards a future where crime isn't the answer. It's an inspiring movement, and it's gaining traction in various neighborhoods across the city. So what can we do? How can we contribute to positive change? First, we can educate ourselves and others about the complexities of crime in Chicago. It's easy to point fingers and cast judgment, but understanding the underlying issues is crucial. Support local organizations that are making a difference. Whether it's through volunteering, donating, or simply spreading the word, every little bit helps. Advocate for policies that address systemic issues like poverty and education. Change doesn't happen overnight, but every action counts. In the end, crime in Chicago is a multifaceted issue that requires a collective effort to address. It's not just about numbers or headlines, it's about people, families, and communities. By engaging in these conversations, by being informed and compassionate, we can work together to create a city where everyone feels safe and valued. Chicago has so much potential, and with the right support and commitment, we can turn the tide on crime and build a brighter future for all its residents. Let's be part of that change.